Oh, Dr. Shu, I don't know what to do. I'm going to a party in 5 minutes, and my shoes are too tight for both of my feet.
I love you, you big lug. Give me money.
Oh, Pumpkin? Oh, Chad? Oh, no.
39 years ago, a dysfunctional family from Chicago walked onto a Fox network stage and changed American television forever. The man who played the world's most lovable failure once stood at a crossroads, and one of his choices could have ended in a prison cell. The woman who made laziness a performance art was carrying a grief so private that millions of people laughed right through it without ever knowing. One cast member would go on to become one of television's highest-paid actors. Another would disappear so completely mid-season that the writers acknowledged it by putting his face on a milk carton. And the teenage girl everyone envied was quietly fighting battles that would follow her for the rest of her life. Nobody on this show was exactly who they appeared to be. Not one of them.
Whoever you are, read my lips. Don't tax beer.
Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy. Edward Leonard O'Neill was born on April 12, 1946, in Youngstown, Ohio, and was 40 years old when Married with Children premiered on Fox. Al Bundy is the American working man at his most honest. Hand in waistband, beer on the coffee table, 4 touchdowns at Polk High burning like the last good memory of a better life. He is not a villain and not a hero. He is the man America actually recognized in the mirror. That is why, nearly 4 decades later, Al Bundy still lives in the culture. But understand exactly who Ed O'Neill was before he ever stepped onto that set. After graduating from Youngstown State University in 1969, O'Neill tried out for the Pittsburgh Steelers as an undrafted free agent. He was cut in training camp. What came next, he kept quiet for over 50 years. In a January 2024 interview with People magazine, he revealed that after the Steelers released him, he came dangerously close to joining a local organized crime syndicate. He had friends willing to bring him in. The only thing that stopped him was his father asking one question: "Are you willing to do prison time?" He stepped back. He became a substitute teacher instead, then an actor. Fox spotted him in a stage production of Mice and Men in 1984. He won the role of Al Bundy in the audition by doing almost nothing, trudging through a door, sighing, slumping. The producers changed their minds on that single physical choice. After the show ended in 1997, O'Neill took roles in Dragnet and The West Wing before landing Jay Pritchett on Modern Family in 2009, a run that earned him 3 Emmy nominations and 4 Screen Actors Guild Awards. At his peak, he was earning $500,000 per episode. Today, in 2026, Ed O'Neill is 79 years old with an estimated net worth of $45 million. He currently appears in Shrinking on Apple TV+. Al Bundy never escaped his past. Ed O'Neill almost never had a future. He chose a classroom, then a stage, then a camera, and became one of the wealthiest actors in television history. The character could never pay his mortgage. The actor just listed his Los Angeles home for $6.7 million.
Oh, this is gonna be just great. You know, there's nothing like spending Labor Day with the family and good food and good friends. Oh, God, what a charade. Oh, God.
Katey Sagal as Peggy Bundy. Catherine Louise Sagal was born on January 19, 1954 in Los Angeles, California, and was 33 years old when the show premiered. Peggy Bundy is the anti-housewife. Leopard print, towering bouffant, one long red fingernail tapping against an empty pot she has never once used for cooking. She brought the wig to her own audition. Nobody told her to. She simply knew who Peggy was before anyone else did. But here is what most people never knew. In 1991, Sagal became pregnant during production. The writers wrote the pregnancy into the show's storyline. Then, on October 6, 1991, she underwent an emergency cesarean section in her 7th month. Her daughter, named Ruby, was stillborn. The writers quietly rewrote every related episode as a dream Al Bundy was having. The audience laughed. They had no idea. She also experienced an early miscarriage around the same period, and still showed up to set. Still hit every mark, still made America smile. Her father, television director Boris Sagal, had died in 1981 when he accidentally walked into a helicopter rotor blade on a film set. Her mother had gone a decade before that. Sagal has also spoken in general terms about a personal battle with addiction, and it was in a 12-step recovery room, not on any studio lot, where she met Kurt Sutter. He became her fourth husband. In 2008, he wrote Gemma Teller Morrow on Sons of Anarchy specifically for her. She won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama Series in 2011. Today, in 2026, Katey Sagal is 72 years old with an estimated net worth of $30 million. She is currently voicing Leela on Futurama and is set to appear in Netflix's One Piece live-action Season 2. She played a woman who refused to lift a finger for her family, while quietly burying her newborn daughter and rewriting her grief into the very episodes we laughed at. The audience never knew. That is not acting. That is survival.
He showered. In the morning. Now, the only time that Al used to shower was right after we had sex. Immediately after. Sometimes even during.
Christina Applegate as Kelly Bundy. Christina Applegate was born on November 25, 1971, in Hollywood, California, and was just 15 years old when the show premiered. Kelly Bundy is the girl everyone underestimated. Dizzy, luminous, and sharper than anyone ever gave her credit for. She turned a one-note stereotype into something audiences genuinely love. She did it before she was old enough to vote. But the story behind Kelly Bundy is the story of a woman who has had to fight for her life, twice. In 2008, Applegate was diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer. She underwent a double mastectomy and founded Right Action for Women, a non-profit providing MRI screening funding for high-risk patients. Then came something worse. Years earlier, during filming of the Dead to Me pilot, she remembered falling suddenly on set, unexplained, unsettling, and quickly dismissed. She had no diagnosis to attach to it. She filed it away. That fall was the first sign of multiple sclerosis. She just didn't know it yet. In June 2021, the diagnosis arrived. "I remember falling that day," she said later. "Hi, first sign of MS." She finished Dead to Me's final season in a wheelchair. In August 2025, she was hospitalized for a double kidney infection. Her memoir, You with the Sad Eyes, was published on March 3, 2026, debuting at number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list, chronicling abuse, abandonment, and the specific cost of growing up famous. Her daughter Sadie once told her, "I miss who you were before you got sick." Applegate replied that she misses that person too, every single day. Today, in 2026, Christina Applegate is 54 years old, with an estimated net worth of $25 million. She has stated she is likely finished with on-camera acting. Kelly Bundy was the girl nobody took seriously. Christina Applegate spent 30 years proving how wrong that was, and she did it while her own body was trying to stop her. This cast's real stories deserve to reach every fan who grew up with this show. If that's you, you already know what to do.
I finally got my masseuse license. You know what that means?
You can rub men and finally get paid for it?
No master of self-massage.
David Faustino as Bud Bundy. David Anthony Faustino was born on March 3, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, and was 13 years old when the show premiered. He appeared in all 259 episodes, not one missed. Bud Bundy is the overlooked one. Scheming, unlucky, perpetually humiliated, and somehow always back for more. He was the audience surrogate for every kid who felt invisible. Here is the part almost nobody knows. Married with Children generated over $1 billion in syndication revenue. The cast received almost none of it. Because Fox was classified as a cable network when the contracts were signed, the standard broadcast residual protections simply did not apply. The $1 billion returned to Fox. The actors kept their original weekly salary. That was all. "We got really screwed over," Faustino said publicly. He was not wrong. During the show's run, he co-founded Ballistics, the first hip-hop and funk nightclub on the Sunset Strip, in 1991, and released a rap album under the name DeLil in 1992. Bud Bundy's on-screen persona, Grandmaster B, was not fiction. It was a direct parody of Faustino's own ambitions. In 2007, a marijuana arrest in Florida led to a rehabilitation program. He redirected, moved into voice acting, and voiced Mako in The Legend of Korra, a central character in one of the most critically praised animated series of the last 20 years. Today, in 2026, David Faustino is 52 years old, with an estimated net worth of $6 million. Bud Bundy never caught a break. The man who played him launched a nightclub at 17, cut an album, watched a billion-dollar windfall vanish through a contractual loophole, and kept building anyway. That is not bad luck. That is character.
O most glorious inhabitant of the womb, please accept the blessing of this unworthy one. I love you more than I love myself. Hail, baby.
Amanda Bearse as Marcy Rhodes/Darcy. Amanda Bearse was born on August 9, 1958 in Winter Park, Florida, and was 28 years old when the show premiered. Marcy is Al Bundy's permanent nemesis, a feminist banker whose dignity gets demolished weekly by proximity to the Bundys. Between 1991 and 1997, she also directed 31 episodes of the very show she was starring in. She is the only cast member who ever did both.
But Bearse was already a lesbian when Married with Children premiered in 1987. She spent 6 professional years carrying that privately while starring in a major network hit. In 1993, she came out through a cover article in The Advocate, becoming the first primetime actress to publicly come out while still starring in a network series. This predated Ellen DeGeneres' announcement by 4 years. She became the first poster child for the Human Rights Campaign's National Coming Out Day. The writers gave her one final gift in 1997, an episode called Les Be Friends, in which Bearse played Marcy's lesbian cousin, Mandy. Sitcom television's most quietly affectionate inside joke. After the show, she moved almost entirely behind the camera, directing Reba, Dharma and Greg, The George Lopez Show, and The Big Gay Sketch Show with Rosie O'Donnell. Today, in 2026, Amanda Bearse is 67 years old. She divides her time between Hollywood, New York, and Palm Springs. She played a straight woman fighting Al Bundy's sexism, while privately being a gay woman in a homophobic industry, directing episodes of a show many called misogynistic, changing its architecture from the inside. The courage that required, in 1993, was something most people in that building never fully understood.
You're the tree-hugging bra burner around here. What do you care if she's gay?
I don't hate Mandy because she's gay. I hate Mandy because everyone likes her better than me.
David Garrison as Steve Rhodes. David Earl Garrison was born on June 30th, 1952 in Long Branch, New Jersey, and was 34 years old when the show premiered. Steve Rhodes is the straight man, educated, decent, perpetually bewildered by the Bundys. He was also the first person this show ever cast, and the only series regular who voluntarily walked away from it. Garrison graduated summa cum laude from Boston University in 1974. He already had a Tony nomination before he ever set foot in the Bundy household. After 4 seasons, he asked to be released. He missed the theater. The producers obliged and handed him a prop mugshot of himself as Steve Rhodes, with a caption written just for the occasion. Gotta sing, gotta dance, gotta fucking starve to death. The joke was affectionate. The financial prophecy was accurate. While the show ran 7 more seasons without him, Garrison played the wizard in multiple companies of Wicked: Broadway, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco. He earned Tony nominations. He worked in regional theater for decades. Today, in 2026, David Garrison is 73 years old, with an estimated net worth of $800,000. He was the first person cast in Married with Children, and the only one who chose to leave. The price of that choice is written clearly in the numbers. He has never once claimed otherwise. Some people know exactly what they value. David Garrison is one of them.
It's not just a car, honey. It's a piece of history. A 289 with dual carbs and a pony interior.
Steve, where did you learn to talk like that?
Hey, come on, honey. After all, I was a guy before I met you.
Ted McGinley as Jefferson Darcy Theodore. Martin McGinley was born on May 30th, 1958 in Newport Beach, California, and joined the show at 33 in 1991. Jefferson Darcy is Al Bundy's best friend, lazy, charming, and completely unbothered by any of it. Where Steve Rhodes fought the Bundy's chaos, Jefferson joined it. The show ran 7 more seasons after he arrived. That fact alone dismantles the legend attached to his name. JumpTheShark.com once designated McGinley the patron saint of show decline, a label he has carried with extraordinary good humor for decades. In 2003, he told a reporter, "People are still talking about me. It's kind of doing me a favor." Jefferson once broke the fourth wall and asked Al, "Another picture, Captain? I mean, Fonzie? Al?" The show was in on the joke. So was he. He has been married to actress Gigi Rice since June 21st, 1991, a 35-year marriage. He is currently starring in Shrinking on Apple TV+,
one of the most critically praised comedies on television. Today in 2026, Ted McGinley is 67 years old with an estimated net worth of $5 million. The show killer joined a show and watched it run for 7 more years. Then he landed a critically acclaimed role in his late 60s. The last laugh belongs entirely to him.
Hey, Al. Came over to borrow some ice, but I just chip it off your kids. The one that's husband's second worst fear.
Harold Sylvester as Griff. Harold Sylvester was born on February 10th, 1949 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and joined the show at approximately 45 in 1994. Griff is Al Bundy's quiet anchor, the loyal co-worker who made the Gary's Shoes back room feel like a world worth inhabiting. What most viewers never knew was the depth of the man behind that character. Sylvester received 150 college scholarship offers before choosing Tulane University, where he became the first African American to receive an athletic scholarship. His film credits include An Officer and a Gentleman, Uncommon Valor, and Inner Space. He later won an Emmy as writer and executive producer of the TNT documentary On Hallowed Ground. He has been married to Kathleen Dunn since 1970, 55 years and still counting. That alone is a remarkable story. The Emmy is its own. Griff showed up for Al Bundy through 3 seasons of chaos. The man who played him had been breaking barriers and building a legacy since before most of the show's writers were born.
Score one more for the Griff Express! You know, Griff, because I respect our friendship, I'm willing to split that raise right now. Like I'm gonna fall for that. Aw, come on, Griff!
E.E. Bell as Bob Rooney. Edward Earl Bell was born on December 27, 1955 in Norfolk, Virginia, and joined the show at approximately 37 in 1993. Bob Rooney is No Ma'am's treasurer and Al's most faithful foot soldier. But consider what E.E. Bell actually represents in this story. For 4 decades, he has played one of Hollywood's most invisible roles, the character actor who always shows up, always delivers, and almost never gets the spotlight.
Over 100 credits. Every genre, every format.
He still performs as a musician with his band, The Hooligans. He was doing the work before this show found him, and he kept doing it long after the cameras moved on. Not every story in this cast is complicated. Some are simply about a man who showed up every single day and gave everything he had. In an industry built on ego and spectacle, that is its own kind of extraordinary.
The only future for this baby is in an omelet for me. You're making a big mistake, Bob Rooney.
Shane Sweet as Seven. Christopher Shane Sweet was born on January 6, 1986 in Burbank, California, and was just 7 years old when he appeared in season 7. Seven Wanker was supposed to give the Bundys a fresh emotional center. Instead, he became one of the most talked about failed experiments in sitcom history. The writers stopped giving him lines, then stopped writing him in at all. The show's farewell arrived without announcement. A brief shot of a milk carton on the Bundy kitchen table, his face printed under the word, missing. The audience roared. Shane Sweet was 7 years old. He holds no grudge. In a 2008 interview, he said he learned more about comedy from standing near that cast than from anything else. He specifically remembered that Christina Applegate, the furthest person from Kelly Bundy in real life, helped him with his homework on set. Today, in 2026, Shane Sweet is 40 years old and an active voice actor with credits in Big Hero 6, Incredibles 2, Arcane, and Lightyear. Hollywood put his face on a milk carton. He became a voice inside some of the most beloved animated films of the last 20 years. The best revenge is a career. He built one.
I love you, you big lug. Give me money.
Do you know where your knee is?
Yes, I do, so give me money.
If you ever watched Al Bundy collapse onto that couch after another disastrous day at the shoe store, you already know why this show never left American television. Because underneath every joke, every insult, every moment of magnificent dysfunction, there was a truth being told. The truth about disappointment that doesn't destroy you, about loyalty that outlasts comfort, about the distance between the face you show the world and the life you are actually living. Behind the laugh track was a woman burying a daughter the audience never knew about. Behind the lovable loser was a man who had stood at a genuinely dangerous crossroads. Behind the dim teenager was one of the most courageous women to ever walk through a Hollywood door. Some of them found second acts that eclipsed everything that came before. Some are still fighting. All of them gave more to that screen than the credits ever acknowledged. Drop a comment below. Which cast member's story hit you hardest? And did you watch this show with your family? And if this took you somewhere you haven't been in a long time, you already know what to do.